Plaintiff Marquise May says he and his girlfriend rented an apartment from the defendant's witness, who is also his mother-in-law. Marquise claims after an argument with the defendant's witness, the defendant assaulted him with a weapon, which resulted in Marquise getting 8 stitches, 2 screws, and a plate in his face, so he's suing. Defendant Byron Owen says prior to the incident in question, Marquise had been acting disrespectful towards his mother-in-law by cursing at her and pushing her. Byron claims he punched Marquise because he was coming towards his wife and mother-in-law, so Byron was simply protecting them. He's countersuing for lost wages.
Start with you.
Good morning, sir. I'm in so much pain stemming from the assault because I received 8 stitches and a plate and 2 screws because of the cowardly act Mr. Owens did by
What month and year?
In the month of May of 2013.
Okay.
The pain that I go through on a day-to-day basis, I have chronic cluster headaches. I have to wear a mask in the wintertime for the plate in my eye. I have the mask here to prove.
You currently have a plate in your eye?
I currently have a plate and 2 screws right here, and I have to wear this mask in the wintertime to cover up my face.
You have something to indicate you have that?
You need my medical bills?
Pretty tough. Yeah, something that might even describe that you have a plate in and screws under your eye?
Yes.
That's terrible. That sounds very serious.
Yes, sir, it is. These are my 3 medical bills.
How long are you going to have to wear the mask? The rest of your
If
life?
I want to stay in the cold weather climate, I have to wear the mask for the rest of my life. And here is pictures.
CAT scan of the head.
Sir, pictures as well.
Facial bone surgery. Ooh, my goodness. Tell me what happened.
Sir, on a day...
Where do you know the gentleman from? Let's give a little background on you all's association.
We were dating cousins. This young lady right here is my girlfriend, Ashley, and the young lady next to her is her cousin, Tasia. We were dating cousins. That's the only relationship that we have.
And what was your association like when you see him? I mean,
hey, hi and bye. That's about it. Speak,
okay.
Keep on moving. That was it.
All right. And so what happened this time?
Prior to the day, Miss Owens, his mother-in-law, the lady sitting right here in the black, she was sending threatening text messages to my girlfriend about discrepancies about the rent. Because we were, Miss Owens was the landlord to the apartment. So she would send my girlfriend threatening text messages saying that she was coming to put us out, how I had to be the first one to go.
Nothing wrong with that. You're not paying your rent. Nothing wrong with saying I'm gonna put you out.
Sir, we were paying the rent. She wanted the rent in cash, but we wanted to get a check. So the day in question, I'm laying on May 6th, I'm on the couch with my then 3-month-old daughter. Miss Owens comes to the house, kicks the door in. She turns around, and she kicks the door open. I jump up. I say, what's going on? She
didn't knock at all?
Did not knock at all. She kicked the door in, sir. First words was, where's Ashley? I said, Ashley is not here. She said, well y'all need to get y'all stuff and get the out of here. Started moving our things out of the house while I had my daughter in my hand. She came up and said, you don't know, you ain't the father of that baby. That's why my son that's in jail, we gonna do something to you when you get out. So we began to argue back and forth. She got up in my face. So as my girlfriend came, she said, Marquise, leave. I left the house completely and went to one of my family members' house. So I called my mother and said, Felicia done kicked in the door. We was arguing back and forth. She said, go make a police report for her kicking in the door.
Did you do that?
Yes, we did, but the police report, it just had the number. It doesn't say like her.
But it showed that you filed a report.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. I'll accept that.
After I'm on the phone with my mother, I'm coming back to the house to pick up my girlfriend and my daughter. As I'm pulling up, I'm on the phone in the car. My driver's side window is open. I'm driving. His girlfriend at the time ran up to the car. You call my mama B, you call my mama B. She flicks something like a toothpick inside the driver window. Once she does that, I look, and as soon as I turn back right, that's when he hit me with the metal object. Bam, right in my face. I didn't even have a chance to turn around.
That's a lot.
When I put the car in park to get out. When I put the car in park, I stood up. Her other sister, her other sister was there. Said, Marquise, you're bleeding. I get back in the car, I look at myself in the rearview mirror, drive immediately to the hospital. Stitch me up.
Allow him to speak now, and then if you like, your mom can speak to defend herself.
First and foremost, I love the women that's in my life. My mother, my mother-in-law, and my wife. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect the women in my life. I was at work when I got a call that Marquise disrespected my mother.
How? What had he done?
He got in her face, he called all type of names, and he pushed her.
Who told you that?
My wife, Tasia. So I get off of work, I go clean over there. It's kind of heated. We all mad about the situation, him disrespecting her and pushing her, calling all out her name. So Ashley comes out the house. My mother-in-law tells her, hey, Marquise cannot come back here. I have a police report on him that say he cannot come back to the building. This is what I have right here.
When was this filed?
That was filed the same day. 15 minutes passed, guess who's pulling up? Marquise Mays. He pull up, jump out of the car, talking crazy, disrespecting her again, walking towards us. Mm-hmm. What type of man would I be to let this man disrespect my mother? I love her. Even though she's not my biological mother, she's been 100 with me since day one.
You say he got out of the car.
Yes.
He says he didn't.
Yes.
And what happened when he got out?
And he was walking towards us saying, B, you think this over? You don't know me and my family, this, that, and the other. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, homie, you tripping, man, what's wrong with you? Man, you don't disrespect nobody's mother. So I say, man, why did you disrespect her in the first place? He say, it is what it is. You don't have nothing to do with it. She's a B. So as he got closer to me, yes, I did. I hit him. And I hit him with my fist and I hit him with everything that I had in me. Then I got on him and it was a fight. The fight was over. I have the court disposition that shows that I was not charged with a weapon.
Okay, let me get back to him. I'll receive that.
Miss Owens comes to the house, kicks the door in. She turns around and she kicks the door open. I jump up. I say, what's going on? She
didn't knock at all?
Did not knock at all. She kicked the door in, sir.
Plaintiff Marquise May is suing because he claims after the defendant attacked him with a weapon, Marquise got 8 stitches, 2 screws, and a plate in his face. And he has the pictures to prove it.
Why did you feel you had to come back to get her?
Because my mother told me go get your daughter and go get your daughter and your girlfriend out of that place right now.
Because your mother thought Miss Felicia might have
actually, Miss Felicia, she pushed my girlfriend and my daughter. We have a restraining order on her.
From when?
From that day? That day.
Was it filed after he hit you or before he hit you?
After.
All right. So I know every kind of report in the world was filed after. So, ma'am, did you want to speak? He's mentioned you a lot. State your name.
First of all, I'm Felicia Owens. I took Ashley Snell in at the age of 14. I've raised her. That was my place. I've been paying mortgage since 2000. Ashley moved this gentleman in without even asking me. I did not rent them no place.
She was just living there.
She was just staying there.
Free.
She has just started paying $500 a month.
You were renting, man.
Yes.
Go ahead, though.
Yes.
You had a problem with him, or tell me about the problem.
A problem came in, sir, when Ashley moved this gentleman into my place
What
without
happened? What was the
asking me.
problem?
Because he didn't have a job.
What were the problems?
I was paying the mortgage.
Okay, they failed to pay you?
They failed to pay me.
There you go. How you end up kicking in the door?
I didn't kick in the door.
Tell me what happened.
Our doors never locked.
All right, so they wouldn't pay the rent, and what was that exchange?
And I went in, yes, sir. Yes, I went into the home.
Did you knock?
Yes, I
And
knocked.
who opened the door?
Nobody opened the door. The door
Hold on. You knocked and no one opened the door?
No, sir, because the doors don't lock.
So why would you go in somebody's place without being invited in or allowed to come in?
Because Judge, I'm paying mortgage for that place.
Ma'am,
That's me and her
you are
place.
their landlord. Landlords can't walk into folks' house just because they knock. They might be in the bathroom or anything, in the bedroom. You can't knock on the door.
Okay, Judge.
You can't do that, ma'am. Being a landlord does not entitle you to do that. You were a landlord, whether you know it or not.
Okay.
When you charge someone rent in exchange for them staying there, you are a landlord.
Yes,
so you
sir.
go in and what happens?
He jumped up off the couch. He ran in my face. He said, so-and-so, the cursing word, I'm sick and tired of you. Keep me and my baby out of you and Ashley's mess. So-and-so, so-and-so. He pushed me. I told him, don't put your hands on me. He scared my mother so bad, she ran down the stairs.
What do you say you did?
I didn't touch her.
What did you do? When a woman come in, she kick your door in, she's cussing at you, what did you do?
We were arguing back and forth.
Okay, and that's when your girlfriend said leave.
Yeah, when she came, we were arguing. Yeah,
all right.
She wasn't arguing.
Go ahead.
He stood there, called me all out of my name, told me he wasn't going nowhere. He gonna blow up the building. I'm lucky he let me live where I live at. And did that another. I said, I ain't lucky nothing.
So what happened?
She came in. She told him to leave.
Okay,
she said,
just
leave,
like you
Marquis.
said, leave and stop fussing. Then what?
Then I left and I went to the police station and I filed a police report.
Saying what?
Saying that he threatened me.
That's what this is?
Yes,
so this
sir.
happened before the assault?
Before the fight.
Before the fight,
This police report?
Yes, sir.
This police report was filed before you hit him?
Yes.
Do you know that to be the case?
No, sir, I don't. She just was saying, yeah, I got papers. She never said what it was for. But I never put my hands on her.
All right, I don't see her saying you pushed her.
That's what he said, I pushed her.
No. Well, whatever he said,
okay, yeah.
This is what she said, and she filed it with the police. All right, and then what happened, ma'am?
When I got back, he was there.
Okay.
And they had already, kind of told him what had happened. Mm-hmm. So he was asking me, and I told him, I said, but it's okay. I went and got a police report. I don't want him over here. He said, but mine, he got up in your face. I said, Baron, it's okay. Long as he cannot come back in here. He couldn't understand it. So at this particular time where we're talking, he's pulling up. And my daughter gets hysterical because it's like he was trying to
He pulls up and he jumps out, and it's similar to what your son said.
Me, yes.
All right, now we say we went to court. What happened there?
I went to court and I was charged. You have that paper. I was charged with misdemeanor battery. They gave me
misdemeanor battery.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It was not found that I used
you
a
said
weapon.
The police? Did you tell the police and the prosecutor?
Sir, the police and the prosecutor didn't do anything.
All right, so what was the judgment?
10 days of swap.
Okay, so you were found guilty, or did you plead guilty?
No, I pleaded not guilty. They found me guilty.
Good. The fact is, if you had pled guilty, then today you can't come up here and argue it. But you pled not guilty and just happened to be found guilty. What is it you want to provide?
A witness statement.
Saying what?
That I was in the car.
And who was it? Who is this by?
My witness, Valene Owens.
Who is she?
A sister, Ashley's sister.
I know she's gonna say it, sir.
She was there when it happened.
I know, and when I'm sure you got witnesses that say he got out of the car.
She have no witnesses because I didn't get out the car.
All right, did you hear her say
it?
Yeah,
I do.
All right, that's my point. You're gonna say your side.
Yeah.
She's gonna say hers.
Yes, Judge.
I can't just automatically believe you. Why are you looking at me like that?
See?
Like, Judge, why don't you understand? I don't understand. Otherwise, I would just rule. I'm trying to get an understanding. You say he had a weapon. Did a medical report indicate you were hit with an object?
Yes, the people at the hospital said the way that how deep the wound was, it had to be something metal.
So let me have the document that indicates that the hospital or any other medical attendants determined that you had been hit with a weapon. Okay. What makes this the unknown object? You didn't tell them what the object was?
I didn't see the object. Because when he hit me, I turned this way and he hit me.
Your girlfriend didn't see the object?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because it was in his hand. He had it like this in his hand.
And what did he do once he hit you? He ran?
I was in the car. He hit me.
You don't know if he ran?
No, they tried to pull me out the car.
What was your girlfriend doing?
And I told him,
Stand up. State your name.
Ashley Snell. And when he hit him, I said that I'm calling the police and you going to jail. His mother-in-law, Felicia Irvin, said, Byron, leave. He got in their Charger and he drove off and he left.
Okay, so you did see what happened.
Yes, I did.
All right, so you saw what type of weapon it was.
No, he had it in his hand like this.
The only issue now then, in this case, I have to determine whether you were the aggressor. And sir, I'm inclined to think you were, because he went off on your mother.
Yes.
And you're likely to have been the aggressor on a man that goes off on your mother. I know I probably would have been. There's someone going off on my mother.
Yes.
And that's what I believe you did. However it happened, whether it was you hitting him through the window or him getting out coming at you, I don't believe he's that brave. I don't believe he is brave enough, after he's cursed your mother once, to get out the car and come at you and continue to curse your mother.
Because he lied.
Ain't nobody that crazy.
He lied.
Ain't nobody that crazy. You hadn't even hit him yet, so he wasn't crazy. Excuse me, I'm not trying to be funny. I apologize for making light of your being hit in the head. That's not nice.
He stood there, called me all out of my name, told me he wasn't going nowhere. He gonna blow up the building. I'm lucky he let me live where I live at. And did that another. I said, I ain't lucky nothing.
So what happened?
Plaintiff Marquise May is suing because he claims after the defendant attacked him with a weapon, Marquise got 8 stitches, 2 screws, and a plate in his face. And he has the pictures to prove it.
Your counterclaim is for what? Lost wages for what? How does he owe you, sir?
He owed me $5,000 for loss of wages because he drugged me through court. And she said after I beat her boyfriend up, you're not gonna have that good job at the school you work at. I'm gonna make sure I ruin you. So I talked to his family. His family was like, hey, Marquise, man, do you want to fight that man head up? Marquise said no.
That's enough of that, sir.
Okay.
Lost wages are only given if it's malicious prosecution, meaning someone is intentionally telling a lie. I think he did have a right to prosecute you, so I'm not going to conclude it was malicious prosecution. And I do believe you were the aggressor in this case. So I'm going to grant his judgment for $5,000 and dismiss yours. Have a good day.
Out of here. Out of here.
You can say it. You can say it.
Well, I'm happy.
Evidence back.
That's why you got that.
Yeah, all right, we'll see.
That's why
we
you got-
will see, brother.
You got that.
There go the police.
And I want to do the nay-nay. That's for Judge Mathis show because he got that real good. Hey!
We like
Big time, baby! Hey! You know what I'm at.
You know where I'm at, bro.
Years
You
old.
know where I'm at. Come see me.